I'm here with Mike Peters today, who is the author of Assassins and Templars. He's also the painter of all these figures. Mike, what have we got in front of us right now?
What we have here is the Templar Retinue. These guys were religious fanatics. They were warrior monks who had extreme views and believed that the way to heaven really was through martyrdom. Their main weapon was death.
Okay, well, some of the primary death dealers here. We've got the leaders.
Yeah, there's the captain, who is the Templar, really. He's the brother knight, backed by his two brother sergeants, who equate to squires in the Ruckus game. Then we have the Turcopoles. These were literally, the translation Turcopole was literally son of Turks. So these were second generation Turks who'd worked with the Templars, who usually in their mounted form would work as mounted archers, but could quickly put their bow away and grab a lance and join in to back up the charge. Here on foot, they're pretty much in a skirmish role. And then we have the Christian spearmen. These fellows could be white Christians who have emigrated from Europe, or they could be local Christians who have been following Christ for hundreds of years before white people even made it to Palestine. And likewise, they're backed up by the crossbowmen. These are also retainers, and the shootists of the group.
All right, so we've got the main Knights Templar here, and he is probably about as close as you're going to get to a tank in this period as you can.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. These guys had very good quality mail, but more than that, they had an attitude which they kind of shrugged off injuries and wounds, and when they were mounted on their horse, they were pretty much the deadliest thing available in the medieval period, and they were renowned not only for the power of their charge, but its control, so they could stop and not necessarily pursue an enemy.
And you can mount the figures in this game as well if you want to, can't you?
Absolutely, and when they do that, they gain two skills. They gain the equestrian skill, which makes them better at managing the horse, and also powerful charge, which means that they re-roll all their misses in their first melee.
Yeah, very powerful skill. And moving on, we've got the grunts we're kicking into now, who can also be mounted, right?
Yeah, the Turcopoles are great when they're mounted because they become mounted archers and they can evade very quickly away from charges. They also can change their bows very quickly over to lances and join in the charge to support the Templars.
What figures are these ones as well?
These are footsore, footsore Turcopoles. Yeah, they're quite lovely figures, beautiful to paint.
And then we're on to I guess, the more basic kind of troops, I suppose, probably familiar to players of Ruckus. You've got the spears and the shootists.
Yeah, again, these are the bulk of medieval armies, the spearmen, a shield and a spear and a little bit of protection, not a great deal of training. And these can support the Templar heroes in melee to increase their fighting potential. So finally, we have the crossbowmen. These characters carried these powerful weapons with them that reduce the opponent's saving throw and benefit from a rested shot to make them more accurate.
And if you want to, you can also mix in other figures, like this mounted fella, for example.
Yeah, this is the chaplain, and all Templar contingents carried a chaplain with them. In this game, you have an option to swap one of the retainers out for the chaplain, and the chaplain's main role is one of support. He encourages his fellows by now enabling them to re-roll dice in certain situations.
All right, so now we've got the figures a bit more set up in a game-ready way.
Yeah, each of these is now set up to their individual spears. The captain and the two squires each have their spears, and each spear consists of a spearman for support, an archer, and a crossbow. And this is a fairly standard setup for any Ruckus game. Really.
Yeah, and you're obviously free to swap in figures. You could put another crossbow in there. You've got as many options as you want, really.
Yeah, there are many options in how you set up your retinue and how you use it. And to find out more, Wargames Illustrated 455 Assassins and Templars.